xDrive, the new intelligent four-wheel drive from BMW. A new dimension of driving dynamics with outstanding levels of traction. The system distributes driving force between the front and rear axles within a fraction of a second, constantly, variably, and faster than in any other four-wheel drive system. The result is the kind of exceptional road holding and highly responsive driving that only BMW offers. Vehicles with conventional four-wheel drive, where mechanical locks are replaced by braking on individual wheels, have a rigid distribution of driving force. With the xDrive, a multi-disc clutch is located in the drivetrain and is operated by intelligent electronics. The clutch distributes driving force between the front and rear axles, variably, infinitely, according to the driving situation and within a fraction of a second. In extreme cases, the entire driving force can be diverted onto the front or rear axle. If more drive is needed on the front axle, an electric motor turns a cam disc and the multi-disc clutch is pressed together by a lever mechanism. A link chain transfers the desired force onto the front axle. When the clutch is released, more power is transferred onto the rear axle. A comparison of traction. The blue vehicle has xDrive. The gray vehicle has a conventional four-wheel drive. Both vehicles need to start off on a gradient, but their rear wheels are on an ice sheet. In the gray vehicle, the rear wheels can't transfer power onto the icy surface. Instead, they spin. Only the front wheels have traction. With the rigid distribution of force, only a fraction of the engine power reaches them. The power transmitted to the rear axle is completely lost. Now, the front wheels drive over an ice sheet and lose traction. The driving force of the axle over the ice is lost. xDrive is able to variably distribute driving force. From the first touch of the accelerator, xDrive regulates power distribution and brings the complete engine power onto the front axle and thus onto the road, proactively. In other words, before the wheels of the rear axle even start to spin on the ice. When driving over the second ice sheet, the whole power is distributed onto the axle that has the better grip on the road. xDrive puts the complete driving force onto the road. The BMW is stable in its trajectory. The rear wheels do not go into a spin. xDrive also improves steering behavior and thus the agility and safety of the vehicle. The BMW remains responsive in the curves and easy to control up to the limit. Vehicles have a tendency to understeer when in the curve. The driving force on the front axle reduces lateral force. The vehicle steers less than the driver would wish and swings over the front axle out of the curve. xDrive, however, recognizes a tendency to understeer thanks to its DSC sensors and moves the driving force from the front to the rear axle. Without the driver noticing, driving characteristics are perfectly matched to the given situation, proactively, before understeer can even occur. Contrary to conventional four-wheel drive like the one here in front, the